Hey guys, so I think I'm going to do some videos about a thing called starvation mode, which is connected to the fat fast, which is connected to the carb cycling and the backloading and all this, the carb night and the refeeding and all this weird stuff that I've mentioned before and over 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 again. But let's talk about the starvation mode, because that's really the issue with all these different ways to refeed. So, even though I've done a million videos on why refeeding is problematic, people still try to push those boundaries. Now, I've come to the conclusion that anybody who wants to intermittent fast is really, really stressed, dropping body fat. Which in the last couple videos, it kind of drives me a little cray. Because nobody talks about the importance of getting their health in order. I mean, they mention it, like, you know, I'd like to feel better and I'd like to have some energy. But the reality is, people are freaking sick. And we have a lot more issues as human beings than we are willing to kind of expose out to the world. When people do things like take their calories down to 90% fat out of 1,000 calories per se, that's starvation mode. So there are things called fat fast. They actually think, well, if I lower my calories so much and have primarily fat, I'll be in ketosis and I'll get the business. No, you won't. What else? Alright, people have this kind of concept that if they refeed on the weekends, they're going to spike their metabolism. And every time you try to get the science behind that, somehow, it just ain't there. Like, how the hell does that make sense, right? Insulin is caustic, it glycates, it stacks in the blood, so don't eat for freaking low carb for 10 days and you're not in ketosis, trust. And then go refeed on really sugary things and think you're going to get the business because you want to be what? In a hurry. And that's why people do not get the results. If you are looking to go, I always say work smarter, not harder, but I mean, it's all contextual, right? We've got to take all this phrasing and all these comments and put it into a matter of context. So, yes, you have to work smarter, not harder, but at the same time, you have to work hard at being smarter. When you take your calories down and you drop them so low, your body goes, I'm starving to death. And people are like, but I lost 20 pounds when I did Atkins the first time, or I lost this much weight on keto. And what you guys don't tend to realize is the reason why your cravings came back is because, yes, you dropped your carbs, you might have had some temporary ketone sucking upage, and the body's using some ketones. But the really interesting thing is either people who do things more correct will have this not high ketone reaction. I know that doesn't kind of make sense, but there's a lot of people that basically, it takes about 10 days to kind of get over a pseudo keto flu to a maximum keto flu, and then there are the weird specimens that instantly show ketones, and their glucometer's like, look, I'm in ketosis, and then 2 weeks pass, and then their glucose just goes wham, way up high. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you use ketones in the beginning or it's taking you a while to slowly, cross that bridge over to ketosis land. Everybody has to be smart in the way that you do things. You drop your calories, your body goes into starvation mode. That is the point of this video. And yes, I am rambling, but there are always, and I mean always, kernels of information, if not motivation, to keep you on the right track. Drop your calories, but your adrenal glands don't work very well. So I had a consultation with a guy today, another client's story. In his mind, he's like 36-year-old guy, he's like, 6'1", 2 something, yo, I'm gonna just shred and get built. No. He works his ass off. Gets up 5 a.m., gets ready, shoots off to work, and this is what I get out of a lot of people. Get up, shoot off to work, either not eat something or be peckish on the way or drink a shake or some garbage. And then crank out the body, maybe do a bulletproof garbage coffee. Sorry, dude, I can't promote that crap that fucks your adrenals up. I'm sorry, I said ducks up your adrenal glands. So with that said, amongst like 1,000 other things, but so he's off to work, he's putting fat in his coffee, and he's like, oh, I'm not hungry, because, you know, coffee is an appetite suppressant, and then you put fat inside, and that's an appetite suppressant, but your body doesn't know how to use ketones. So the adrenal glands are instantly going to have to start cranking out the adrenaline because of the caffeine, because the glycogen storages are empty because you were fasting all night long. And then you friggin', whoa, I feel tired, yo. I'm having that post-lunch slam crash. This, my friends, mina vänner, this creates starvation mode. Yes. Because when you have a blood sugar dysregulation, you don't have enough storage of glycogen, or your glucose is low, your body's going to do everything it can because the brain becomes addicted to glucose. And some a-hole on my channel was like, you don't know what you're talking about, like bust out with the science. I'm like, what do you think I'm doing, yo? Go read a book. Go study primal ancestors. Let's get on to the other people who are trying to do this right so they can do what? Get the business and not be in starvation mode. So there's a show I like to watch, the Naked and Afraid, and I love it because I always do like before and after pictures of these people that go on the show, and they're like starving for 21 days and they still look fat at the end of the show. Well, the body cranks down the metabolism so freaking creepy crawly, slowish, and totally gluconeogenesis make glucose, neo, new, genesis, make new glucose. Yes! Your body can make glucose and not have a drop. So it's going to break down the amino acids, convert it into glucose, so your brain doesn't die. It doesn't know how to use ketones. It was never primed as an adult and a modern human to then go into the wild and try to be in ketosis. So, and even if you were in ketosis after a certain amount of days, your body is going to want to store the fat because at the end of the day, it just wants to survive. It doesn't know we're in the modern time. So people in the everyday life, they skip meals, they stay up too late, overtaxing the adrenal glands. That means that you have too much cortisol at night, and you have suppressed cortisol in the morning, creating this inversion of cortisol and melatonin rhythm. So basically, your body starts to starve when you do a fat fast. So these people are Naked and Afraid, when they come back, their body fat is, they might have accumulated even more fat because the body's going into gluconeogenesis and making more fat. So people who do these starvation diets and jump on the treadmill, who do HCG, who rebound, and they're like, oh, I lost 30 pounds on the scale, and I'm like, you lost a lot of water, and you lost a lot of muscle. You're always going to burn a tiny little bit of fat, but you're always catabolizing. And when your body catabolizes, the adrenal glands, the thyroid get irritated. And your reproductive hormones go down the freaking toilet. And I've mentioned this in 1,000 videos. So starvation mode is real. A lot of you guys go through it when you skip meals, when you push your body to the limit with coffee and not eating, fasting all night, and then not eating and continuing to fast and forgetting to eat and all this crap. I forgot to eat. And then you come home and you're wondering why you're craving things. Yes, this is starvation mode. And you women, listen, you women, you guys keep trying to crank the calories down. You're like, consultation after consultation after consultation. Every time the women do this, they're stuck at this weight. They can't. The body's like, we're in starvation mode, and now anytime you eat something, I'm going to make you fatter. So people get kind of freaked out sometimes when I'm like, we're going to fat load you. I used to say 150 grams of fat, and I started bumping it up even higher because I really don't care. I'm trying to get you guys into ketosis, to get the brain to even want to get over and start using ketones. It has to feel it's not in what? Starvation mode. It has to feel that the body is in balance, that if you put enough fat in, even though you're sort of fasting when you don't eat carbohydrates, in the beginning your body really sees glucose as its primary source, and it's switching over to ketones. So you're not getting glucose, you're not running on glucose, which creates that whole thing and screws up your whole body. So what you want to do is you want to jack your fats up high to the sky. It's great, it's amazing, it tastes wonderful, and can't believe people feel that they're deprived when they're eating so much glorious, wonderful fat. Animal fat, number one. Don't get it twisted. Can't get away with coconut oil, no, and olive oil. Ain't gonna happen. You think you're gonna adapt on just those fats? You're not. Trust. I've consulted enough people. I tried to do the vegan version of keto, and people keep asking. It's like, I really am so busy, I can't explain the fact that it doesn't have the right fatty acid profiles of your MUFAs, your PUFAs, and your SUFAs. Your mono, your poly, and your saturated fat percentages, they have to be in the right percentage for your body to then what? Make and use viable ketones that spare the body from being catabolic. And for you naysayers out there, this is the business. And for those who don't like when I do that, go to someone else's channel. Hi guys. Get into this routine of wearing I'm digressing by the way. The workout top and pants because I want to show people I'm almost motherfracking 50, 2 years. And I've got this destroyed knee with all these knee surgeries from being a pro skateboarder, and I cannot run, jump, lunge, or squat, yet I have still built good quality muscle. At least on this leg. Also, a little bit on this one, but this is the weaker leg. So you guys, how am I able to be in a state of ketosis at almost 50, 6 years, right there at 6 years, and no refeeding on carbs? Yet I just keep getting more ripped, shredded, lean, and it never fails. It just gets better. Mental cognition, better. Estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, balance. No more for no reason. Crankiness, agitated, ADD, can't focus, tired in the afternoon, tired in the morning, awake at night, awake in the middle of the night, bye-bye, gone. And we're talking about losing LBs. You're going to lose the LBs if you stop trying to starve your body. Because when you starve your body, you go into what? Starvation mode. And that is not what you want to do. Because you become very catabolic, and your DNA just gets shorter and shorter and shorter, and you look inflamed, and you look Okay guys, if you want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com. Please stop, women, please stop trying to get your calories down to 12 or 1300 because you're able to maintain a certain, amount on the scale, which please stop getting on the scale and get off of my fitness pal. Stop, jeez. There is no limit to fat, and fat is not going to kill you. Not from a healthy animal. Stop trying to do too many carbs and count weird things like cottage cheese, and stop eating almond flour, and stop trying to ask about fruit, and fruit's been advertised and genetically modified because fruits in the wild aren't sweet, because if they're sweet then bugs will attract to the fruits and then they won't survive because they don't have teeth and they want to survive just like you and I. StephaniePerson.com, Stephanie the Business Person on my Facebook. Wait, StephaniePerson.com, yes, it's my website. Stephanie the Business Person on my Facebook fan page, where I try to post smart posts about the body and almost nothing about food porn. I just save it for the business porn. I'm just saying. No, forget that. And then we could go to Instagram to Stephanie Ketogenic. Peace out, guys. Until next time. Up with my brands and the business. Dish. Yeah. Peace out.